5-month-old son.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's a horrible thing. This school safety officer clearly is a lunatic. I mean, why you would shoot at a teenage girl who's inside a car driving away after a fight? I mean, who really cares?
And in typical fashion, the El Segundo Times has to put in, law enforcement officers rarely face criminal charges for their role in on-duty shootings in L.A. County, citing a Jackie Lacey case and Gaston Gordon case. This is a school safety officer, and this is so blatantly wrong. Don't try to make this part of the agenda of, oh, they rarely go after law enforcement personnel. Well, in this case, clearly it's not in line with what real police officers have to do when they encounter dangerous people out there. But to shoot an 18-year-old in the head when she's in a car moving away from you, that's absurd. And he's not really a cop either. So I hate that when they have to.
Are these safety officers normally armed?
You know, that I don't know. I think when it comes to schools, it could be the case, only because things can happen in schools.
Sometimes
school shootings.
Oh, yeah. Well, many of the students are armed. That's why. That's probably not a bad idea, but I just wonder what the standards are. This guy just was crazy. I think you're right. He's just angry that he was not being respected.
Yeah, that they were leaving and they would not stay and be subject to a questioning. And you know what? People are saying she's 18. She was fighting a 15-year-old girl. Or some people have said there's some sort of gang affiliation thing here. I don't know if there is.
You don't shoot people in the head.
That's exactly right. This is an easy bottom line one. Even if you don't feel any sympathy for the victim, they should not be shot in the head while simply driving away. Absurd. So it doesn't say whether it's first, second, third degree. I don't have any degree murder.
But for this, Gaston called the press conference.
Oh, he did because he wants to score political points. You see, I go after law enforcement people.
Yeah.
I guess. I don't know.
Good work, George.
All right, more coming up.
Don and Ken, KFI, Deborah Marquez News.
LA County Sheriff Nina Cuevas says it's taking longer to process applications for a concealed weapon permit because so many people have applied.
We've received a total of 7,522 applications.
The sheriff says so far 1,662 have been approved.
But we don't have additional resources to process them. So the wait time right now is going around 3 to 4 months.
He says they are trying to get it down to 2 months. Severe weather has knocked out power to more than 400,000 people in Massachusetts. Governor Charlie Baker says there has been heavy rain and hurricane-strength wind gusts from storms that have moved into the area.
National Grid and Eversource and the other utilities are already working to restore power where they can, but in some cases they do need to wait until the winds come down before it's really going to be safe to get up into a bucket truck.
He says it's expected to take several days to get power restored to everyone in the state. The Alaska Railroad Board of Directors has voted unanimously to rescind a COVID-19 vaccine mandate just days after announcing the policy. The initial mandate was issued to comply with federal vaccine requirements. Railroad board members who voted to block it say they were deeply reluctant to require vaccinations. Officials say non-compliance with the mandate could cost the railroad millions of dollars in federal grants and contracts. The U.S. has asked Britain's High Court to overturn a judge's decision that said Julian Assange should not be sent to the United States to face espionage charges. The charges are related to the WikiLeaks publication of secret military documents a decade ago. 2 judges will hear the appeal today and tomorrow, but they are not expected to rule right away. We have a crash on the 101 in Woodland Hills.
This one's on the southbound side. Coming up on DeSoto, they've cleared it out of lanes, but delays are backing up out of Calabasas, getting away from Los Virgenes. It's out to Baldwin Park with Mike O'Brien, KFI in the Sky, sponsored by injury attorney, superwomansuperlawyer.com.
Yeah, quite a mess here, Angel on the 10. And westbound transitions to the north and south 605, those remain out and overturned big rig here, a big rig on the side of at least the box track. Looks like it is now backing things up well through Sunset, right into West Covina. Looks like adding to slowing now out of El Monte through West Covina on that eastbound side of the fence. Now, we just had some problems clear into the Whittier area. That's the 605 northbound at Beverly. Looks like they just cleared out of lanes. That's still very heavy from the 105, and it'll be slow to recover in that neck of the woods. South 605, on the brakes there, just leaving about Beverly, on and off through 5 really before that loosens up. Injured in an accident, visit superwomansuperlawyer.com. Mike O'Brien, KFI in the Sky.
KFI in the Sky helps get you there faster. I'm Amy Martinez.
You got lousy eyesight. Go get a laser light LASIK exam from Dr. Charles Manger at Saddleback Eye Center. This will dramatically change your life. The laser light LASIK exam uses a laser, and Dr. Manger measures your eyes over 1,000 times. Gets a perfect map, a perfect blueprint of what your eyes are about. And then he can fix it. Whether you're nearsighted, farsighted, you have astigmatism, you need reading glasses, getting that laser light LASIK exam is the key. And if you're one of the first 14 KFI callers, now you'll get the free laser light LASIK exam. After the exam, do the procedure. The procedure only takes 20 minutes. There's no pain. You walk out of there with 20/20 vision or better in most cases. I know, I went through this. So be one of the first 14 callers now. Free laser light LASIK exam. Call 866-559-4444. 866-559-4444. 866-559-4444.
Southland weather from KFI. Another warm one tomorrow. Highs around 90 for Metro LA. Mid-80s to low 90s in the valleys and the IE. Upper 80s to low 90s for inland OC. We lead local. Live from the KFI 24-hour newsroom, I'm Deborah Mark.
Your Honda Leads Return Supercenter is Norm Reeves Honda Superstore. NormReeves.com.
Hey, it's Dean Sharp. What does solar mean for your future? Well, that depends on whether your solar is Sunlux Solar. Sunlux Solar means you've unshackled your home from the rising cost of electricity. Sunlux Solar means uninterrupted power during blackouts or natural disasters. It means no more dependence on gasoline because your home fuels your car. Sunlux Solar means saving tens of thousands of dollars over the life of the system. I design homes. I know just how much is riding on your solar. That's why I partner with Sunlux, because Sunlux is solar done right. The most comprehensive warranty in the industry, 5-star customer service, critical partnerships with industry leaders like Tesla and LG. With Sunlux, it's a partnership for your home's future, and that future is just a click away at sunlux.com. That's sunlux.com. CSLB 1008374.
Want the best possible price on your next car? Download the Roto app. That's R-O-D-O. Roto lets you browse thousands of vehicles from local dealers right from your phone and even offers contact-free delivery. And with Roto, there's never any haggling. The price you see is pre-negotiated and already includes every available discount. There's no hidden fees and no surprises. Just 100% transparent pricing. So for an easy car buying experience, download the Roto app now or check out roto.com. That's ROTO.com.
Celebrate Dia de los Muertos, presented by Delta Airlines with the LA Kings on October 30th at 1 p.m. as the Kings face the Montreal Canadiens. Each ticket purchased via the ticket bag equals a bobblehead. Visit lakings.com/Dia de los Muertos to get your tickets now.
The California RV Show is at DVRV.com. Travel trailers, fifth wheels, gas and diesel motorhomes. All new models with show-stopping pricing. Reps on site to approve deals. The California RV Show at
DVRV.com, where the 405 meets the 22 Westminster.
By now, you've heard the news. Boosters for Pfizer, Moderna, and Johnson & Johnson vaccines are available. They help keep your immunity strong and help keep you and others protected against COVID-19 and its variants. Visit myturn.ca.gov to find out if you're eligible and to find a booster near you. Let's keep each other safer and healthier this winter. Get your booster, and don't forget to get your flu shot, too. Brought to you by the California Department of Public Health.
Tired of managing multiple vendors to protect your business? With a complete range of commercial fire and security solutions, Bay Alarm can protect it all with just one call. Go to bayalarm.com to get protected today.
ACO 28 CCL 880138.
Accident, going to be call Jacob and Ronnie. Call Jacob.
For official rules and more information about contests on this station, go to KFIAM640.com/rules.
Live and local.
KFI AM 640.
An iHeart radio station.
Johnny Kent Show, John Cobell and Ken Champeau, KFI AM 640. Live everywhere on the iHeart Radio app.
All right, speaking of vaccines and mandates, vaccine-proof mandates, we'll be talking next hour about a wonderful hamburger chain, In-N-Out. Apparently, they had another store closed up north in Contra Costa County because the health department officials decided they were not vigorously checking vaccination proof. Now, the reason this matters is because L.A. is about to also impose the same rule for going into dine-in places to eat. To go into gyms, to go into many places, you're going to have to start showing vaccination proof.
So the LA in and outs are in danger. This may be a company policy that comes out of their political beliefs. The family has always been really conservative. You know, they still have Bible verses at the bottom of their cups. And I just wonder if this is not an oversight, but this is their statement that we're not playing this vaccine police game.
We'll be talking to police a lot this hour. We talked to a representative from the Los Angeles Police Protective League, the director, that's the union for LAPD, and we were just talking in the last segment, George Gascon charging somebody from law enforcement, school security, I'm sorry, a safety officer, with shooting that woman in Long Beach in September. The next story brings us to a place that probably, along with Minneapolis, maybe Portland, was at the center of the defund the police movement that was so pervasive last year after the death of George Floyd in Minneapolis. What place would that be? Any guesses?
Seattle?
Seattle. Seattle's got a mayor's race coming. Didn't know that. Anyway, the story in the Washington Times features a man by the name of Marcus Warren, who said last year during the, they're calling it in this publication, the racial justice riots. Anyway. Well, they did use the word riot. This is the Washington Times, so
Right.
they kind of combined both.
I know. It's just funny.
Some places prefer uprising or civil unrest. They wanted to put riot in there.
Racial justice riots, that means they smashed all the storefront windows and then burned down the whole
Yeah,
business.
people know what a riot is, and that's when you're breaking stuff. Exactly right. You're
That's
looting.
great.
Anyway, he got a late night call at his home, a call from the security alarm company about his liquor store, said that a break-in was happening. And he quickly answered yes when the security company asked whether he wanted him to call the police. A few minutes later, they call back and say the police said they're not going to respond.
That's right. You're
So he said that's why he wants to vote for the pro-police candidate in Seattle's mayoral election, a man by the name of Bruce Harrell.
Bruce Harrell is black and Japanese.
There you
And
go.
he's leading the race. The opponent, Lorena Gonzalez, is
one of these city council members.
Yeah, she's anti-police,
And
defund
I'm
police.
trying to remember if she's the one, because there was one member of city council, it may not be her, that was okay. Remember they took over the police station last year during the uprising?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And one of the city council people said, yeah, sure.
Now,
thank
that-
you.
all right,
I don't know if it was her, it might have been another one.
This is
Funny,
encouraging.
she's got the same name as the California Assemblywoman.
Yeah, beware of any politician named Lorena Gonzalez.
But what's important in this story is the polling. Well, by the way, Harrell is leading her 48% to 32%, but there is 18% undecided, a new poll that came out.
Well, this is encouraging because I'm thinking that wokeness is peaking or may have peaked because enough time has passed now, and the likely winner in this race is going to be somebody who's anti-defund the police, and it's Seattle. And I think the normal people are coming out now, and this is really the only way you can do it without breaking laws yourself, and that's to vote the idiots out. And it looks like this idiot who's, the city council president is going to lose this election. And
The poll also found that 54% want more cops in Seattle. Of course, 38% went for move the money to fund ways to address root causes of crime, like mental health services.
Right.
And among people of color, 57% want more cops.
You know
In
what?
fact, it was only a majority of the white people in Seattle
Yeah.
who wanted more to fund the police. Yeah,
This-
exactly
this
what we're
is
talking about.
white progressive, especially women, who
And we saw
who
that when we were in the
populate.
streets in Seattle. Remember
Yeah,
those pictures
yes,
of
it was a lot of young women and middle-aged women. For some reason, white women feel like they're the new racial saviors. I don't know exactly what this psychology is, but they feel like they were appointed to save minorities from brutality. And now the minorities, you look at their voting patterns, it's like, hey, we don't need your saving if it means getting rid of the police department. Thanks, but go find something else to do. No need to try to save us, all right? We're fine with the cops. And of course they are. I found it so patronizing and condescending and racist to assume that people in black neighborhoods don't want police. What the
the hell are you talking about? You think
Because
they want
that's
their,
like
they want their
Times
kids killed?
narrative, that they feel like they're always
Sure.
a suspect,
And the LA
they're in a
Times-
police state, they're under martial law. We get the same narrative.
Well, and
for
the LA
years.
Times is filled with white upper middle class liberals who again have this truth.
And who writes most of the columns.
And they have this savior complex. It's like, Robin Webb Harriet, right? She looks at herself as a proud, upper middle class white liberal, and she's morally superior, and she's got a virtue signal. And don't worry, I'll take care of all the minorities here with my column.
But I'll
And they're
save
just-
the homeless people while I take
Yeah.
my child to surf camp.
And they're smug and insufferable and condescending, and they're destructive ultimately. Because you tried the experiment, you took the police out of neighborhoods, and what happened? You ended up with a lot more dead. And those who were dead were black and Hispanic, especially young men. So your stupid experiment, your stupid ideology failed. Loser. You have a lot more deaths than you would have if you kept the police where they were. And this has got to pass.
This will be an interesting race to watch. Among black respondents in this poll, 75% opposed reducing the police force. 75%.
Of course they did.
Because they're seeing the crime.
Well, why would anyone in their right mind not believe that black people want police? Where is ever been evidence of that? Where is ever...
Because we're told they're dying at the hands of police all the
But
time.
who says that? Who says that?
Didn't you see? Oh, the El Segundo Times.
Yeah, but I know, but
Don't you see their lead story today that Beverly Hills
But-
is arresting too many black people for jaywalking?
Yeah,
and
I know. They got something. But I'm saying that those are fanatics. They're not journalists. They're crazy people pushing a fanatical religion. All this stuff about race has become a religion for white liberals. I don't know why. I don't really care. But I don't read their stuff anymore. That's not news. It's not reality. Like, you see the reality here. Same thing in New York. Who's going to win in New York? A former Republican turned Democrat for political purposes. Former police captain. His name's Eric Adams. And he's going to clean up in New York. And he was the only guy in the primaries who was saying, we're going to defund the police. We're going to make the neighborhood safe again. And all the rest of them were mealy-mouthed reformers or whatever nonsense they were pushing. He's going to win. Guy's going to win here in Seattle. And we need a guy like that here in Los Angeles to clean up all the species Garcetti left behind.
All right, we got more coming up.
Johnny Ken, KFI, and Deborah Marquez.
The Long Beach school safety officer who shot and killed a woman in a car leaving the campus has been charged with murder. An Egypt Air flight bound for Moscow has had to return to Cairo because of a threat on board. It was a written message found on a seat. U.S. immigration authorities will limit arrests at schools, hospitals, and other so-called protected areas under new guidelines issued by the Department of Homeland Security. We'll go to the 5, and we will check in with the KFI in the sky next.
Are you no longer smiling? Are you no longer eating? Even more important. Because your teeth fell out. They rotted away. Maybe there's one or two left. The little black things sticking out of your gums. Hunting Dental can dramatically change your life with new, permanent teeth in a day. A beautiful, natural-looking smile. Phone out for free exam, x-rays, and CT scans. CT scan is worth $1,500. Yours free. Call Hunting at 888-640-SMILE. 888-640-SMILE. 888-640-SMILE.
This is former Notre Dame quarterback Brady Quinn. Here's what's trending from the iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by DuckDuckGo.
Bad news for the Kings today as Drew Doughty will miss at least 2 months with a right knee contusion. They're back at the Staples Center tomorrow to start a 5-game homestand. 10 games in the NBA tonight with the Lakers and Clippers both in action, but no LeBron James when the Lakers visit the Thunder. The Clippers will take on the Cavs at home. And Raiders owner Mark Davis thinks the league should release its findings on the investigation into John Gruden and the Washington football team, but Roger Goodell said he would not make the results public. I'm J.D. Haffron.
What is it that makes you uniquely you? Well, DuckDuckGo doesn't think that's any of their business. And frankly, it shouldn't be the business of any tech company. Protect your privacy online for free with DuckDuckGo.
It's slow on the 5 in Burbank.
Northbound delays crowding up, leaving the 134 freeway. You remain on the brakes and stretches all the way to the 210. Mike O'Brien in Baldwin Park, KFI in the Sky, sponsored by Injury Attorney, Superwoman, Superlawyer.com.
And Angel, this problem has been here a long time, and it's going to be a while longer. It's the 10 westbound transition to the north and the south 605. They remain out. You've got an overturned box truck, and it's still on its side, so it's going to be a while. And like I said, it's been there a while. So a lot of damage done. Backed up pretty much through West Covina, back to about Sunset. Now, adding this going on the eastbound side, pretty much from City Terrace on and off into West Covina. And before you get that far, very tough out of the Santa Monica. It's the 10 eastbound jamming up here a bit before the 405. It's going to be very slow into downtown Los Angeles. From there, northbound side of the 405, hit the brakes for the 10, most of the way up through the San Fernando Valley, easy for me to say, and that'll be the worst of it up to about Roscoe. Injured in an accident, visit SuperwomanSuperLawyer.com. Mike O'Brien, KFI in the Sky.
KFI in the Sky helps get you there faster. I'm Angel Martinez.
This report is sponsored by Memorial Care Long Beach Medical Center. Memorial Care Long Beach Medical Center is the only hospital in southern LA and Orange counties with Excelsius GPS, an advanced technology that improves accuracy, precision, and outcomes for spine surgery patients. Learn more at memorialcare.org/spine surgery.
This is Leland Smith, owner of Service Champion Plumbing, Heating, and AC. You might find this hard to believe, but the thing that makes me the happiest is when my customers' heaters don't break down. That's right, we love not fixing heaters. We're first and foremost a maintenance company. We catch problems before they happen, when they're tiny and inexpensive. We only charge $88 for a comprehensive precision tune-up and professional cleaning, and our goal is to catch every single problem and make your heater last longer and run more efficiently. That's why we even guarantee our tune-ups. If your unit breaks down this season, we'll refund your $88 or credit it towards the repair. That's how serious we are about not fixing heaters. Call Service Champions right now to schedule your $88 tune-up at 833-777-7777 or find us online at servicechampions.com.
Service Champions Plumbing, Heating, AC, and good for free.
The Medicare annual enrollment period, well, it's now here. It's open. And navigating Medicare, that can simply be overwhelming. Why? Because every plan is different. They change every year, and sometimes significantly. And you have a unique situation and budget. You're just different from your neighbor. AGA Medicare Options will compare most of the major plans at once at no cost to you. They'll help you find plans that are accepted by your physicians, cover your medications at the lowest out-of-pocket cost, and even if you're already on Medicare, or you're about to go on Medicare, set up a free benefit review from AGA to ensure you're still on the best plan or will be, and it's absolutely free. Dial pound 250 on your cell phone and say the keyword My Medicare. That's pound 250 on the cell, say My Medicare, or visit AGAMedicareOptions.com. That's AGAMedicareOptions.com.
Don't miss a worldwide phenomenon. Mamma Mia! Funny story, dazzling dance numbers, infectious music from ABBA. Mamma Mia, October 29th through November 21st. Tickets at LaMaradaTheater.com.
The holidays are doubly important this year, so make your celebrations doubly special. At Ralph's, we've got a huge selection of high-quality meats on top of fresh, natural produce, like fresh, never-frozen prime-grade beef and our Simple Truth organic Brussels sprouts, or delicious king crab legs with our private selection gourmet potatoes. Whew, I hear that doubly fast. Ralph's, fresh for everyone.
You'll enjoy free grocery delivery on orders over $35 with the Delivery Savings Pack. It's only $79 a year, so sign up today at Ralphs.com.
With inflation roaring and gas prices surging, it's time to start saving money. Home values are up over 20% and continuing to rise. Take advantage of your home equity and the lowest rates ever with a refi from Rate Plus. Get a 15-year fix at 1.75%, 2.068% APR, or a 30-year fix at 2.5%, 2.674% APR, with no closing costs. Getting the lowest rates with no closing costs is a huge plus. Call today, and we'll close your loan in 30 days or less. Real people, real solutions, real fast. Rate Plus. Call 800-948-7290. That's 800-948-7290. That's 800-948-7290. Or visit rateplus.com.
Rate Plus is an equal housing lender. Terms and conditions apply. Not all applicants will qualify. Rate subject to change. Rate Plus Incorporated. Licensed under the California Financing Law by the Department of Financial Protection and Innovation. License number 60DBO 35845. NMLS number 1230949.
Ah, girl, thank you. You're a lifesaver. No problem. There's always something with my car. I love a new car like yours. Actually, it's not new. It's a Toyota certified used car. Wow, looks new. Drives great. Oh, that's because Toyota inspects them top to bottom. Gives them great warranties. And, you know, it's a Toyota. Huh. Mind dropping me off at a Toyota dealer? Good move.
The best new cars do make the best used cars. And now, get 1.99 APR on any used Camry, Corolla, RAV4, or any of the Prius family. Along with a 160-point inspection, you get a 12-month or 12,000-mile limited comprehensive warranty and 7 years of roadside assistance from the date of purchase. For all warranties, see dealer for details. Not all customers will qualify. Limited term financing through Toyota Financial Services. Must take delivery from Toyota Certified Used Vehicle dealer stock by midnight November 1st. We make it easy. Toyota. Let's go places.
Well, I remember covering a game in Miami, and it was 100 degrees on the field, and the sweat was uncontrollable.
Let's just say it was a warm
There were
day.
a lot of paper towels needed in the tunnel. The grid.
In the tunnel?
Yeah, that's where the bathroom is, on the field.
Gary and Shannon.
There are times when I feel like we're tiptoeing around saying the things, and then you just step on a thing.
Weekdays at 10 a.m. on KFR.
Johnny Kent Show, John Cobell and Ken Shampo, KFI, AM 640 live, everywhere on the iHeartRadio app.
Well, the mighty burger chain In-N-Out is putting up a fight, it appears, against being the vaccine police. We'll talk to Alex Stone, ABC News for KFI. Two stories out of the Bay Area, but coming soon, the city of LA is going to require these types of restaurants, if you're going to dine in, to check for vaccination status. So we'll see if the fight comes down here to any In-N-Out restaurants where people dine in. That'll be right here on the Johnny Kent Show after 4 o'clock. Well, right before he left office in shame, the disgraced former governor of New York, Andrew Cuomo, shortened the prison sentence of a man by the name of David Gilbert, 76 years old. David Gilbert just happens to be the father of the San Francisco District Attorney, Chesa Bowden. How about that? He was a part of the group called the Weather Underground, and back in 1981, he and some of his fellow underground members decided to rob a bank. It was actually an armored car that they stole money from, and they ended up killing a guard and 2 police officers. Now, Gilbert was unarmed, but because he was part of the gang of killers, he got a long sentence. His parole was supposed to only come after 75 years to life. 2056 would have been his real first opportunity at parole, but instead, Cuomo shortened his sentence, and the parole board gave him the green light. He is a free man in New York State.
And Cuomo had quite a year, huh? Killed thousands of elderly, groped all the women in his office, and released this heinous killer.
He'll be able to leave the prison next month. This is in upstate New York.
So Chesa Bowden was 14 months old when Mom and Dad got thrown in prison.
Yes, instead he was raised by other underground
terrorists.
Other terrorist members raised him. And I remember that name, Bill Ayers.
Bill Ayers, because Obama, remember, was having fundraising
Oh, that's
events
right.
at Bill Ayers' house. And that was a controversy when he was running the first time for president. They had this terrorist raising money for him. Well, the terrorists raised Chesa Bowden because the terrorist's parents were already in prison.
This tells you all you need to know about Chesa.
Oh, he's got
and what he's done to that city. It was already downhill thanks to Gascon being DA there for years, but it's gotten worse there to the point where they may get a recall on the ballot. But, you know, he said, visiting his parents while they were in prison. By the way, the mother was also sentenced, but to lesser charges, and she got released a few years ago. He said that when I visited them, I found out how broken the criminal justice system is. Really?
No, your parents helped kill 2 cops and a guard. What was broken, they were broken. There was something wrong with them, and they should have gotten the death penalty for what they did. You don't go blame the system because your parents were murderers.
The Weather Underground was, they grew out of the anti-Vietnam War movement.
That's
What people don't know.
Yeah, just domestic terrorists. You know, every generation has them.
Wow, they sold 1.6 million that day.
Yeah.
But of course, obviously they got caught.
I guess they were capitalist terrorists.
They killed a Brinks guard named Peter Page and 2 Nyack, New York police officers, Edward O'Grady and Waverly Brown, and their family members are not happy with this.
Not a good idea to elect a guy with that kind of psychological trauma, because he's out to avenge his parents' imprisonment.
Oh yeah, everything's too much.
Right.
Which from this guy?
No, you can see the psychology. He doesn't think anyone is guilty, and he doesn't think anybody's prosecuted, because then he would have to think his parents were guilty.
Right.
So he has this belief system where nobody's really guilty. Nobody should be prosecuted. Everybody should be let free. Therefore, my parents were wrongfully imprisoned and wrongfully prosecuted. And that's the only way you can handle it.
All right. When we come back, we'll be talking to Alex Stone, ABC News for KFI, and he is going to talk to us about In-N-Out Burger, the chain apparently taking a stand against being the vaccine police.
John and Ken Show and Deborah Mark has news, KFI AM 640.
Remember when you used to have a radio to listen to KFI?
KFI.
KOST HD2.
Los Angeles, Orange County.
Live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app.
New details on Deborah Mark, live from the KFI 24-hour newsroom. The sheriff in Santa Fe County, New Mexico, says the bullet believed to have been fired by Alec Baldwin on a movie set has been recovered. Sheriff Dan Mendoza says the lead projectile was in the shoulder of director Joel Souza.
The projectile was recovered by medical personnel where he was being treated and turned over to the sheriff's office as evidence.
Cinematographer Helena Hutchins was killed in the shooting. The sheriff says hundreds of pieces of evidence have been taken from the set, including 3 guns and about 50 rounds of ammo.
That is a mix of blanks, dummy rounds, and what we are suspecting, live rounds.
He says everyone who was on the set has been cooperating with investigators and that it's too early for any charges. A mother and her boyfriend have been arrested in Texas for allegedly abandoning 3 kids for nearly a year in an apartment with the remains of their dead brother. Sergeant Dennis Wolford with the Harris County Sheriff's Department says the 15-year-old boy had been taking care of his 10 and 7-year-old brothers in an apartment with roaches and no furniture.
In my long time of working homicides, this one's up there. You know, this one affected it.
The woman has been charged with injury to a child by omission and tampering with evidence, and the boyfriend has been charged with murder. Orange County could be headed toward a record number of homeless deaths.
Last year, the OC coroner listed a record 338 homeless deaths. There are already 327 homeless deaths this year with 2 months to go. Both years shadow the 2019 number of 217 dead. Father Dennis Chris, pastor of St. Philip Benici in Fullerton, says all across the county, cities are shutting down services during a pandemic.
It should not surprise anyone that declining services is ultimately going to result in people dying.
Many of the deaths are drug-related. Chris says people need housing, services, or at least shelter heading into the cold months. In Orange County, Corbin Carson, KFI News.
Governor Newsom has gone to a clinic in Oakland to talk about COVID-19 vaccination rates and to get a booster shot. It was given to him by California Health and Human Services Secretary Dr. Mark Galley.
This one is at Moderna. If you, for your first 2 doses of Moderna, you would get 0.3 first, then 0.3 the second time. Here, the boost is 0.15, half of that. But Pfizer booster would be the same, and so would J&J.
The governor says more than 53 million doses of COVID-19 vaccine have been given to people in the state. The Biden administration says it will be ready to distribute COVID-19 vaccinations to young kids once the shots get federal approval. White House COVID response coordinator Jeff Zients says 28 million kids between the ages of 5 and 11 will be eligible for the shot.
We will be ready immediately following FDA and CDC's decisions so that parents can get their kids vaccinated quickly, easily, and conveniently.
An FDA advisory panel endorsed smaller doses of Pfizer's vaccine for the younger age group yesterday. The state is handing out money so people can get their home ready for an earthquake. Assemblyman Adrien Nazarian of Van Nuys says almost 400 zip codes are now eligible for up to $3,000 for a seismic retrofit.
The program we're talking about today, the earthquake brace and bolt, is one very simple way of making sure that we protect our primary investment, our home.
Homeowners can now register to see if they're eligible. The retrofit includes bracing crawl spaces and bolting the house frames at the foundation. The state has $5 million in available grants to hand out. It is slow on the 60 in Chino.
These eastbound delays are slowing down away from the 71. You remain on the brakes across Ontario, heading through Karupa Valley, all the way into Moreno Valley, finally looking better past Peacock Street. We've got Mike O'Brien, KFI in the Sky, sponsored by injury attorney, superlawyer.com. What's going on, Mike?
Well, in Hollywood, with a couple of trouble spots here, Angel. 101 northbound, it looks like right about Western, and saying just about set by the boulevard there. Looks like they just cleared off the freeway on that problem. Up ahead of that, just into the Kuwaita Pass, another problem just clearing up there out of the middle lane. It all told, out of the point from Vermont, all the way up through the Kuwaita Pass there, next to Universal City before it loosens up there. Now, it looks like the southbound side of the 101 on the brakes there, leaving Sunset Boulevard, right up into downtown Los Angeles from there. Homeless encampment fire coming up now. They're talking about the 10 East, just off the freeway of Robertson. It looks like from a distance, I don't see much in the way of smoke, but it seems to be adding to a very tough drive from downtown Santa Monica to downtown Los Angeles. Injured in an accident, visit Superwoman, superlawyer.com. Mike O'Brien, KFI in the Sky.
KFI in the Sky helps get you there faster. I'm Angel Martinez.
This is Leland Smith, owner of Service Champions Plumbing, Heating, and AC, and I want you to know that we have the world's friendliest technicians. Here's how we do it. We only hire friendly people. It's the very first thing we look for during the interview. If they're not friendly, it's a deal breaker. We think we're checking their experience and technical abilities, but we're really seeing if they smile or not. We're checking to see if they're polite, approachable, outgoing, and kind. And if they are, and only if they are, then we take a look at their technical abilities. But if they're grumpy, don't smile, or aren't polite, no job. The result is an entire team of over 200 of the world's friendliest technicians. Call and see for yourself. Our precision tune-up and professional cleaning is just $88. Call Service Champions at 833-777-7777 or find us online at servicechampions.com.